If you haven't heard of ChatGPT, then you are in for a surprise. It's basically this AI that you can, it's kind of like imagine it as a search engine. It's not a search engine, but imagine it as a search engine where you type in questions or prompts or ask it to summarize things. And it basically, the AI basically searches the web or reads the input that you gave it and then it summarizes it or so forth. The thing is, it does it at a rate that is beyond like any human capability. So like you could literally give it 1,000-word essay and it'll summarize it basically in 30 seconds. It'll give you a response of the summary, or long articles or whatever. You can literally pull information from a textbook that's thousands of pages, and it'll cite information from the textbook. So it's a fascinating tool, and I highly recommend, if you haven't checked it out, literally just type in ChatGPT, sign up. You can sign up with your Google account and just start playing around with it. The point I'm trying to make here is that ChatGPT is only limited by how you use it and how much you use it and how smart you are with using it and your own creativity, which is kind of the whole point of this video. And if you know how to use it to your maximum advantage, whether you're doing a project or trying to figure out an argument or trying to write a rebuttal or something, anything really you can imagine, like it'll do it for you. So literally, like, I highly recommend just going around and playing on it. Twitter is a great place. Like if you're just looking for like things to test out and see like what it's capable of, just look in like ChatGPT like threads, and you'll literally find so many ways that people have used it and how to use it. Basically like what they'll tell you what to type in and whatnot. The whole point I made this course was, first off, just so I can learn more about creativity and the process of it, but also for you. So check in the description. Let me know what you think. I turned comments on for the Notion page, so you can literally comment on the whole page, anything you see. It's really fascinating course. Literally, introduction to creativity, goes into theories, goes into Piaget's stages of creativity, different types of thinking, creativity of the brain, humans versus AI, and how they differ in creativity. Books, there's an essay prompt that it even gave me that I put in there. So check it out. So I basically just started asking questions when I first started this course, and it took me two separate occasions. It was probably like 3 or 4 hours each, and I basically just started asking it questions. And I was like, okay, what is a college level course? What makes up a college level course? Provide me books on creativity. What are some theories of creativity? What would be in a college level course on creativity? And it gave me a whole list that I could kind of pick and choose from. So there still was this executive decision that I had to make about like what I wanted in the course. But basically everything in this course, I copy and pasted from ChatGPT into a Notion page with minor just like organization tweaks. That is just fascinating me, and I highly recommend you checking out ChatGPT yourself, because it is just a fascinating tool, and if you learn how to use it to your advantage, you're going to be way ahead of the curve. And anyone who's not using AI just in general is missing out. So I want to start glossing over just some of the content that's in the course. I first want to start with like divergent and convergent thinking. And these are basically just like, I wouldn't say they're two opposite ways of thinking, but they're kind of like a process on how we think. So imagine a whiteboard, right? And say you have a problem, say you're trying to think of a name for a company, whatever it may be. Divergent thinking is basically this whole idea of putting things on the whiteboard. So say you're trying to solve this problem and you have 10 solutions to the problem. That's the process of divergent thinking, actually putting those 10 solutions on the whiteboard, like thinking of the solution, like, okay, this could be a possible solution, this could be a possible solution, writing it on the whiteboard. That's divergent thinking. And then the next process would be, okay, we have all these solutions here. Then we have to decide what is the best solution. And that would be the practice of convergent thinking. And you'd be like, okay, well, this solution doesn't do as good as this solution, so let's choose this third solution that we thought of. Aha, we thought of the solution, and that's the aha moment of creativity. So yeah, basically they gave us some examples here. Brainstorming, analogical thinking, like random word association, mind mapping. Those are all examples of divergent thinking. And then some examples of convergent thinking would be like when you're taking a multiple choice test, you see 4 answer choices, you're going to choose which one you think is the best. Just problem solving in general. Decision making, basically the executive decision of choosing which choice. And then the scientific method is just another way to think about it. The whole idea of doing this course was I can provide these ideas and you guys can literally hop on have ChatGPT open in one window, have the course open in one window. If you have more questions, literally hop on ChatGPT and ask it the question. And like, this will give you a good base of if you want to learn more about creativity and the process of it. If you're taking notes throughout the whole thing, like this is going to be so beneficial. I'm looking forward to doing it myself. So the next thing I wanted to highlight or comment on at least was the neurological creativity side of it. And there's a lot, it's a lot more complex actually in this course, but basically what I kind of took out of the whole thing was that creativity, it's not like a single point in your brain. Like there's not this point where it's like, okay, this is our creativity, like this is the creative part of our brain and it's being activated when people are creative. No, like over time they've looked and like in creative situations, it's a bunch of areas of your brain that are being activated, and they're all coming together to produce this outcome. So that was just something that I think is worth noting, to realize that creativity isn't like this. It's not like this single skill. I don't think. I think it's a combination of a bunch of things, and either coming up with new things or deciding what new things are best. So basically, I would say creativity is a super skill of the brain, and it really incorporates all areas of the brain, and it's not just this one part of the brain that makes creativity possible. The humans versus AI section is really, really interesting. So basically, this whole section I didn't even mean to have this section in here, but I asked it the question, is artificial intelligence creative? And the response it gave to me right here on the screen is, AI can generate new and original ideas, but it does so based on data and algorithms it has been trained on. It does not have the same level of consciousness, emotions, or self-awareness that humans have, and it does not have the ability to come up with truly novel ideas without being prompted by humans. So that is something that I think is really fascinating, is basically the AI is admitting that it doesn't have comprehension of consciousness, it doesn't have comprehension of emotion, it doesn't have comprehension of self-awareness, which I guess is what makes humans unique. And this kind of dives into the whole argument of like, okay, is AI ever going to take over like humanity and civilization? Like, will there be AI robots like controlling us and stuff? I personally don't think that is going to happen. I never want to say never, but if I had to bet on it, I would bet against it. And who knows? Let's hopefully I don't have to live through that if it ever does happen. But it'll be quite an interesting time if AI took over humans. Just a thought, like. Just really think about that for a second. Like AI, okay, it's like this search engine type thing, but like Tesla's developing robots with AI in it that literally will be humans, and they'll have AI and they'll be doing tasks around your home. And then what's the next step after that? Are they ever going to be in government? Are they ever going to be police officers? Like, and then once they're police officers, are they going to have guns? And that's just that it opens up a whole can of worms. But back on track here is I want to kind of touch on like emotions, consciousness, and self-awareness. AIs will never have emotions, I think, is the argument they're making. And if we do figure out a way that AI creates emotions or consciousness, I guess that opens up a whole nother idea of what is consciousness or self-awareness. Then like it's, as long as it doesn't achieve these things, then humans will always have the upper hand on it. Yeah, that was just something that I think was worth mentioning on humans versus AI. I listed some terminology in here. Just like general concepts on how they relate to AI. And the book section was really cool. Make sure you check out all the books. So the whole idea, I think the way I'm going to go through it is basically like read a book, then take some notes on a section, read a book, take some notes on a section, read a book, take notes on the section. And I asked ChatGPT to provide some check your understanding questions. So while I'm reading the book, I can be thinking about these questions. I can even respond to them if I really want to activate my brain while I'm reading them. But yeah, it's just going to be so beneficial. So to move on to creativity in your life, I think that section is even more important, because it's like, okay, how, like, yeah, you can learn about what creativity is or like the systems or the theories of creativity, but what does that actually mean for your everyday life? And that's where this kind of section comes in. And I basically just asked it, like, what are some exercises or techniques that individuals have to increase your creativity? And it gave me all these answers: brainstorming, mind mapping, forced connections, role playing, creative visualization, experimentation, doodling, reading, learning, collaborating with others, taking breaks. I think if you really look at these and just kind of like understand how much difference there is in each of these exercises, like there's not one theme that summarizes all of these exercises. It's basically like just activating your brain. And like, that's basically anything you really do in life, I would say, is activating your brain. Some activities more than others. But I think that's this whole idea of creativity, is having the ability to see all these dots around the room or in the problem and be able to connect those dots with lines and make sense of it all. And if you can train yourself, if you can find ways to train yourself to do that and get better at it, you'll definitely see, like, in situations where you're like where you're not even trying to be creative and you are creative, you'll be like, wow, I did that because I practiced this before, and that made me better because of it. So make sure you check out all these ways to be creative, because I think practicing them, just like doodling, like I can't remember the last time I doodled. Like, I was a little kid, and there was that little like doodle pocketbook book, and it would have random lines on a page, and you would try to finish the drawing or whatever. Like, that was such a fun activity that I did as a kid, and I never thought, like, wow, that really was like training my creativity. But like, we don't do that. Like, I've never, if you saw an adult like doodling, you would be like, okay, why are you doing that? Like, either one, you're an artist, you're gonna get paid for it, or two, like, you're a little kid. Like, but that shouldn't be like the case. Like, we should be positive about that, and like just practicing this stuff can be so beneficial. And you're only going to find out the benefits if you do them. And then I also asked it to like give us an essay prompt, which was pretty cool. And it literally, so this is the thing that blew my mind was like, I was like, okay, give me an essay prompt. I was expecting it to like give me some words, right? Then I asked it to give me a rubric for the essay. And it gives me this whole chart of like literally a whole rubric that you would see on your like college like assignment. And it's just amazing to me. Like it has this comprehension of doing this. And it's just fascinating. Like this is just one out of like millions of use cases of this. So I had a lot of fun doing this actually. I learned a lot just like about making a course, and this kind of changed my perspective on the way I see school. I mean, I've already had an outcast perspective on what school is and the school system. But this kind of changed it even more. And it's like the way I see school like going is, I think in the future, like courses in school, especially like college level courses, should be made with AI because it will eliminate the bias of professors and institutions, and just humans in general. It'll give non-biased information and knowledge, and it'll determine what's the most important based on what's written about the most. Because that's basically how this whole machine model works. It basically pulls data from online, and if it sees a book with the most positive reviews, it's probably going to list that book. That's just a prediction I have, but I also think it's more of a hope than a prediction, is that the school system will eventually kind of move away from human bias and human judgment, and it'll kind of be able to be produced through this AI system, which is kind of back to the whole argument of like, okay, is AI going to take over? If they're like teaching us in school, then what's going to happen like when they're teaching everything? Like, I don't know. That's just mind blowing, and that's topic for another day. But yeah, make sure you like, subscribe, comment if you guys enjoyed this. I'm not a big tech guy, but I enjoyed doing this just because it was about creativity, and I'm looking forward to going through this whole course. So let me know what you guys think. Check the description. Check out the Notion. Comment. Let me know what you think, either on the Notion page or on YouTube. And I'll see you guys in the next video.